All right, no time to playing game. Welcome back. King Zeph here, back with another video for you guys. Happy Friday and long time no see. Extremely busy. New job, bunch of other crazy stuff, and then waiting for stuff to kind of come in and solidify itself because I've been just buying stuff, ordering stuff, and hopefully trying to do unboxing openings. And then also my card shop was kind of late because they got shipments in late due to the little bit of kerfuffle. I don't know if you saw on Twitter that they said that I think some shipments of Justice Hunters was being delayed or whatever, as my shop was affected, so they got everything like a day late. So without further ado, technically today is the official launch day of this set, but it came out Wednesday for all your local stores. We have the brand new deck builder set, so that's game breaking set, because this is essentially changes the entire Yu-Gi-Oh meta. This is Justice Hunters, so of course this features the brand new Yummy, K9, and Dragontail cards. All three cards that have been dominating the OCG for the past like 3 months now. And pretty much all the cards everybody's waiting on. And part of the reason why a lot of the Yu-Gi-Oh sets in the past couple months have been doing very poorly. The last set, I believe, everybody's been clamoring about how Yu-Gi-Oh is dying and how the box prices on certain sets have kind of dropped. And I'll talk about that probably tomorrow or in a future video. I have my own opinions about that one. But the number one complaint about it was the sets themselves. They had pieces that you would need for the future decks that are to come, but they didn't have everything that was really going to change the meta in between, like all the YCSs, Nationals, and now the World Championship that's in a couple of weeks. So, I mean, I'm pretty positive everybody's waiting for a ban list. We'll probably get a ban list after Worlds. So probably in between, probably right after the 10s come out. So either be right after the 10s come out or the very first YCS that happens afterwards. I think there is one after Worlds. It might be Vancouver, if memory serves me correctly. I can't remember the exact dates and all that other fun stuff, but whenever that YCS happens after the World Championships, because the World Championships has its own unique ban list, we'll get a new ban list, which will basically change the meta, which will kind of structure for this, and then Doom with Dimensions that comes out, I believe in September/October, because the 10s come out at the end of the month / beginning of September. And then right after that, Doom of the Dimensions is the following set that comes after that, which I believe is the end of September, early October in that territory. So we'll talk more about the set release and all that other fun stuff. But without further ado, let's crack this thing open. I haven't opened anything in quite some time, and I'm actually excited for this set. So we have Justice Hunters right here. And I actually have my knife on me for a change. This is probably the first time in a while that I did not forget to bring my unboxing knife, which I will always regularly do. I always have something around here on my desk that allows me to crack stuff open easily, whether it's the pen, a sim ejector tool, or my knife. It is what it is. But I'm excited about this set. So this is a deck builder set, just for those people that are new to the channel or those that just need a quick refresher of certain things. Unlike the regular packs, of course, you still get 24 packs out of here, but they are only 7 card packs instead of 9. And they don't have secret rares. So they generally have only rare ultras, and supers with the potential of collector rares, and now, of course, potentials of starlight rares. You're supposed to get around 4 ultras in a box, stereotypically. And then, like I said, if you get a 5th, then if you find something in the 5th slot, then it's probably either a collector rare or a starlight rare. I don't know if this is different, if they change the layout of the packs. I've seen some people that looks like the Euro packs that the rares are in the back. Generally speaking, I believe the 3rd card should be a super. If the 3rd card isn't a super, then it's an ultra. So let's take a look. We got Hero to Arclight, and I apologize for lighting because these are rare. It's foiled up, it's silver at the top, so I have to like look at it over the head. I can see it better than you probably can on the camera, but this is a reprint. Most of the cards in here are reprints, so that's good news for a lot of certain things. Super Rush Recklessly, and then Yummy Amusement Minion, which is our first super, followed by Nash Knight, which is a reprint, and then Myrtle Metal Marcher, followed by Cookie Yummy and Dragontail Horn. So we got our first Yummy and a Dragontail card, which are rares. I believe all the core Yummies and like 2 of the K9s are the ultras. So you should, the set only has 10 ultras, so you get 4 in a box. Polymerization, which I have no idea why they reprinted this card again in rare. This card has like 10,000 reprints. If you don't have a polymerization at this point, you don't. Mysterion, the Dragon Crown. I have this. This was the card I thought I didn't have, but I do have this in the secret case. It came in Battle of Legends once. And then Dragontail Pan, which is a super, followed by Fight for Patchwork. A nice little reprint of Hornet Drones, not bad. And then Gravity Controller, followed by another Dragontail Horn. Yeah, I always get that dragon confused with another one. There's a different dragon that you should use in Dragon Tales. I believe you get that one in Duelist Advance, if memory serves me correctly. Cupsy Yummy Way. K9 EW Surprise Release Experiment, that's a title. K9 X Werewolf, so that's one of the new K9 Xyz monsters. Pretty broken in a sense. Number 61, Valkyrenius. Millennium's Eyes Restrict, which is a very odd reprint here, and then Dragontail Pan is our next one. Now this set is a little weird too, because there are certain cards that only come in super rare, but then there's some cards that come in rare that can be bumped up to a super rare. So there's going to be potential to get certain cards again in a higher rarity. K9 L3 release. So this is our first ultra. So our third card was a rare. So that means this next card is, there's number 4, Yummy Surprise, followed by Dragontail Femina. I don't remember which Dragontail is good and which one is not, but that's our first one. Followed by Artifact Durandal, and then CXC's Nash Knight, which is the higher version of that one. Nash Knight and the C Nash Knight, I believe, are combo pieces. I don't remember which deck it might be. It might be K9 Vanquish Soul, I think. I might be wrong. Imperial Princess Quinaria. This is a rarity bump because this card, I actually just sold a couple of these, which are commons. So that's hilarious rarity bump. Chronologically, Mamanian. Up here's another ultra. Yummy Surprise Overlay Booster, followed by Cookie Yummy. We got our first Yummy. So one of the Yummy cards in our lovely ultra rare. So we got Cookie Yummy. I think it was Lollipop Yummy, and then another one was the other 3 core ones. Gravity Controller, Artifact Durandal. Now, of course, the most expensive card in the set is Azuna, which is a K9 card. That's the most expensive card in the set. That's going to be the main one because that's the card you need 3 of. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much floating around the thing. Lollipop Yummy Way. So there's another Yummy out of that. And there's another K9. So back-to-back super rare K9s. Hornet Drones, Material Metal Marcher, Behemoth the King of the 100 Battles, which is a rarity bump, reprint, and then Where the Art Thou. I can't remember which card this came in. I remember seeing it somewhere else. Interesting art, which is like the Where Art Thou, How Did I Get Here, and all that other fun little stuff. Followed by Polymerization, Mysterion the Crown, Tetsu Dragontail is another super. I don't think that's the one we got previously. Yummy Redemption, which is a continuous trap. Jack in the Hand, Nash Knight, another Where Art Thou. This opening feels like it goes by much quicker because the packs are a lot smaller. This is like opening rarity collection. It's like you only get 5 cards in the pack, so it's just like the opening really goes by a lot quicker. Imperial Princess, followed by K9 X Force Release. K9 XX Hound, so this is the other Xyz. I don't remember what this one does, I have to double check. Followed by, of course, Cross Sheep, Where Art Thou, another K9 Knight. Isn't there... No, it's a super. I believe, what was it? Paradise Smasher is in this set, reprinted from a secret to a super. Chronological Venomin, it might be short print more than likely. Millennium, Ryu Dragontail, followed by Nash Knight, Yummy Redemption, Artifact Durandal, and another Cupsy Yummy Way. Like I said, I'll be looking for the rarity bumps of certain cards, if anything at all, so we're moving on. Polymerization, we still have 2 ultras left, the possibility of a collector's rare and a Starlight rare. K9 66B Lantern, so another K9 card. Amusement, Yummy Redemption, Cookie Yummy, this is pretty much a Yummy pack, followed by Paradise Mat. This pack doesn't want to open. He says, are you storing the goodness? He's like, do you have the sauce in here? Imperial Princess, Dragontail, so another Dragontail card, and then followed by another Kentu Dragontail. Edge Imp Chain. There's Paradise Smash. He's a rare. I thought he was only a super. Needed that, but so that's actually hilarious. I wonder if that card's value went down because you can get it in a rare now. I have to actually check the secret rare print for it now, because that card is kind of important. But at the same time, if you can get it as a rare, then everything else goes down. Obedient School is another card I actually needed. I kind of procrastinated getting it, so I forgot that's in here as a rare. I think it's in here as a super as well. Lollipop Yummy, followed by Dragontail, Eugilia, Yummy Aguzia, Hound, Where Art Thou, and another cookie, Yummy Way. I'm getting all the yummies, the Synchro Yummies, which is nice. Super Rush Recklessly. Oh, they actually made another Rush Recklessly, nice. Polymerization, Jack in the Hand, so this is a rarity bump because this was a rare. So we actually got this as a super. Overlay Booster, another Paradise Smasher, Dragontail Pan, and then Dragontail Flame. So a very Dragontail friendly pack. We still have 2 Ultras left to pull. We have not seen the other 2 yet. We have about half the packs open. Another Obedient School, which is good for me because I do need 3 of these. Inkaboru, so this is a Spirit. Oh, I thought that was a super Paradise Smasher, but this is our next Ultra, so there's a 3rd Paradise Smasher. So there's another rare. Thought it was a super for a minute. I was about to be like, ooh, got it. And then Dragontail Malulu. So there's the 2nd Dragontail, so that's our 3rd Dragontail Horn and the other one. Okay, so this box, other than the 1 cookie Yummy, not looking so hot. Not looking so hot at all. But we can see. Super Rush Recklessly, Imperial Princess Quandary, Yokel, K966A Yokel, so that's actually another good K9 card. I think that's another one that you need a couple copies of, if I remember something correctly. The only one of should be Lupus. Lupus is the one of. I believe the other 2 are 3 of. Either that or Joku is 2 of. You definitely need more than 1 Joku. You either need 2 or 3, but you need 3 Azunas, 1 Lupus, and then I believe 2 or 3 of the Jokus. Dragontail, Gillamel, Koku, and here's our last Ultra, Cross Sheep, number 66, and Yummy. We got a Lollipop Yummy, so it's our 2nd Yummy. So we got 2 different Yummies out of that one. So there goes our 4 Ultras. But we still have about 6 packs left in this box. So that means we still have a shot at a collector's rare. Obedient Schooled, Dragontail Flame. And that means there's probably a bunch more possible secrets and supers in here that I will actually like and appreciate. So moving on to the next pack. Go ahead and start getting all these things cracked open. And then I have to organize a lot of the stuff because I don't even know what's in a rarity bump. Yummy Surprise, so that one's new. That one's the Quick Play Spell, followed by the other 3, and that's it. I have to take the rarities because, of course, I am going to be getting the Yummy stuff, but at the same time, I don't want them to be rares. I kind of want them to be higher rarities. K9 L3 Release, followed by K9 that, and then there's a 3rd copy of Counter Dragontail. So that's a 3rd copy of that one. So we pulled a playset of something. I would like to see Paradise Smasher in a super rare, even though I'm probably gonna still buy it as a secret, but more than likely the secret rare price plummeted because of, well, I wouldn't say plummeted. Another rarity bump, there's Behemoth, the King of the 100 Battles in super. Yeah, it probably didn't plummet a lot. Well, at the same time it might, because it could get banned. I think right now it's at 3. It's probably gonna get limited to 1 more than likely. I don't know if anybody's playing it at 3 or plans on playing it at 3, to be wholeheartedly honest. But Ryu Dragontail, but more than likely because you can get this card super cheap now, the secret rare will probably go down in price. So I have to double check the market in the next couple days. I thought it only came in a super, so the super would have probably kept the price a little bit on the higher side. Oh, there's another Joku. Definitely needed a 2nd one of those. And then Hound and the other ones. But yeah, I just didn't know. I just don't know. Yeah, if it was a super, the secret probably would have stayed up higher in price, but because it's a rare 2, then more than likely it's actually went down. K9 X-Force Release. I don't think I've seen that card yet, followed by the next 3 of these. We have the last pack. Another Crazy Exciting. Come on, Collector Rare or Starlight. That would be beautiful. Yummy Malong, Chronological, and Ryu Dragontail, which is like the 4th copy of this. So no extra high rarity in this box, unfortunately. But we did get 2 Dragontails and 2 Yummies. I don't think the Dragontails are great for much, but of course we did get 2 Yummies. But I got a 2nd box. We have a 2nd box because 1, I like opening stuff, and 2, you know, my store hooks me up a little bit. I actually had credit at my store, so I was able to get 2 boxes, so that's the main reason. But also, I did order the Walmart boxes. Well, like the booster box packs or whatever the heck you want to call those things. The the 4-pack boxes that you can buy from Walmart. Now you can buy them from Target and you can buy them at GameStop. Funny enough, I bought mine from GameStop because GameStop was ironically slightly cheaper. And for those that have not bought TCG products from GameStop, some TCG stuff is expensive, some of it is not. For the most part, anything current is around MSRP, but GameStop does overcharge you. But if you have a pro membership, I think they mark it down to MSRP because they were selling the boxes for 20 bucks instead of 18. When I put in my logged in with my pro membership, it went down to 18, so it made it MSRP. And then I had my monthly $5 certificate, which made everything cheaper. So I actually saved money getting them at GameStop than anywhere else. All right, so we got Yummy Malone. Super, we're gonna go through a case for K9. I don't think I've seen that card just yet, followed by Edge, M-Chain, and the rest. We're gonna try to go through this a little bit quicker since most of these cards we pretty much have seen almost every single card in the set, give or take a couple, outside of the higher rarities. Chronological, Obedient School, and here's our first Ultra hit, followed by we have a collector rare. Collector rare Ryu Dragontail. This actually looks really good. Did they change the texture of these a little bit? I think they might have, because that's just been a long time since I've seen a standard collector rare, not a prismatic collector's rare that you find in the rarity collection, but a standard collector's rare. But we did get a collector's rare. Not a super great one, but a collector rare nonetheless. Hopefully that's like worth around 20 or 30 bucks. Go ahead and move that with the quickness. Mysterion the Dragon, Yummy Melon, followed by the Werewolf. So I think that's our third Werewolf that we pulled so far. So first big hit out of here is a collector's rare that hopefully it will be looking into some good things in the very near future. We have another Mysterion, Cups of Yummy Way, Ripper, there she is. K917 Ripper. There that one is. That was the one we have not seen yet. Another very important card. I believe that one is like I think that's like your combo starter once you get things cooking with that. I have to remember read all the effects again and understand these combos and stuff like that, because with the meta changing, there's another Lantern, so there's a second copy of that. With the meta changing and me participating in more events this year, or plan to, I want to focus a little bit more on, better deck construction for some of the meta and playing certain things properly. Because my biggest thing I have issue with the game is that there's, even the meta decks, some of them I like and some of them I despise. So if I don't like it, there's a second Ripper, great. If I don't like where the meta is at in terms of playing, at the absolute least I understand the deck so I know how to beat them. So that way if I play a rogue strategy or play a deck that I just like playing with, whether it's like Yugi's Gold Sarcophagus or Blue Eyes or whatever the hell, I know what I need to put in the deck to win. So it's stuff like that that I focus more on, and understanding how those decks operate, what are their weaknesses, which is what everybody should do. Like, I get a lot of people who hate the meta because of how fast the game can be and how certain broken things are. Learn those decks, because when you learn their weaknesses, then you can build around those weaknesses. Now, are you going to be able to build around every single weakness? No, like, that's going to be the challenging part of everything, is the fact that, when you have three really top tier decks in the meta and really they kind of counter each other, and you can probably take out maybe one or two of them depending on the hand traps that you have, but you can't deal with all of them, you have to pick and choose your battles. So for me, I would like to do that. Here is our first Ultra. So here we go, as I sidetrack, and then Dragontail, Fillet. So there's a duplicate. So there's two of those finally on that one. So that's our first Ultra. But as I was saying, it's like you need to learn how those decks operate and what their weaknesses and what their hard stops are, or what their combo break lines are, so that way you actually stand a chance at competing and winning. Otherwise, you're pretty much just gonna be forced to play the meta, and if you don't like where the meta is at, then you're not gonna like playing the game, which is another big reason why people like to stick with Time Wizard or Edison or whatever the other formats are, which they need to encourage the other formats so that way you make everybody happy at the end of the day. But I like the competitive nature and the learning curve of this game a lot. And here's our next Ultra. Survey says we got Dragontail, Art of Aphelion. So there's a fusion for that one. So very Dragontail friendly boxes. Here's our second one, so we have two more to go. But that's just where I'm at. Like, I want to learn the best way possible. And to be honest, ooh, we got a Cookie Yummy Way in a rarity bump. Great. Love that. But yeah, it's like, because personally, like I said, I didn't like playing, like, I love Malice, I just didn't like playing it. And I didn't care for Raziel, but I learned how to, you learn the combo lines and you learn how the deck operates, and then you learn how to deal with the deck. So there were a lot of times where there were Malice matchups where I was, what deck was I playing at locals a lot during that time? I was playing Primite and a bunch of other stuff. I was playing a bunch of random stuff that I built, with some Runic stuff and all that other stuff. Runic is terrible against Malice. Don't ever do that. But there were some forms of, I forgot Archfiend Seraph is in here. I think I already have this card, but it might be a rarity buff for me because I think I have this as a rare because it only came in a rare or an ulti. But if memory serves me correctly, there were so many moments, so many duels I played in my local shop that I should have lost, but I didn't because I knew what to stop and how to stop it. So that's all I have to say about that. There's a Joko, so there's definitely a play set of those that I have. So learn the decks. Like I said, even if you don't like playing them, just learn them, learn their lines, learn their inboards, understand what certain cards do or where you need to hand break the deck, and then build your deck around that based upon what you like playing at that point in time. Like, is it going to guarantee you you might get some local tops because your local scene may not be as crazy as like a YCS or a regional or something like that, but at least you can enjoy the game a lot more, and then you have some very valuable information. So, but if you're going to be at the YCS level, you're pretty much stuck at the meta. There's no way around it. You can probably come up with some secret goo to kind of counteract it for the most part, but like at that point when you're doing like regionals, nationals, the championship stuff, you're playing for the most part meta. So that's where that kind of comes into play at that point. So we have about a couple packs left. We still have 2 ultras left. Here's our third one. Survey says Nash Knight and Lupus. We did get Lupus, the one of. Perfect. He's the one of K9. So a Lupus has been pulled. We have one more left. Can this last one be the last Yummy, or can it possibly be a Zuna? If it's a Zuna, we are in there. If it's not a Zuna, I'll be sad. But if it's another Yummy, I'll take it. If it's the third Yummy that we don't have, then that'll be amazing. Because I was like, there's one. There's also a chance, I have seen the double box where there is a QCR, well not a QCR, a Starlight Rare and a Collector's Rare. That could be a chance in here too, that we pulled a double hit. Chances of that happening are unlikely. All right, this is our last Ultra. Survey says Paradise Smasher and boo, Dragontail Moolah. I pulled the same Dragontail. So I pulled 2 of each of the Dragontails. Boo, that sucks. So we pull, 2 of the Dragontail. I pulled 2 of the exact same Dragontails, the Athelian, but I did get a Lupus and I did get 2 of the Yummy cards, so. Sad face. We didn't get a lot of decent stuff, but another Joku. But I have a lot of fodder and a lot of rares. Last 3 packs, we could still pull something else. There's a chance we still could pull like a Starlight Rare or something crazy. I doubt it, but let's see what we get. Grail, so the rarity bump of that, nice. Probably end up keeping those. And then last 2 packs. Super Rush, Yummy Melon. Uh-oh. Did we get a double hit? We got a double hit. What is this? Cupsy Yummy and Starlight Rare. We got a double hit. Oh, we got a double hit. I said it wasn't over yet. It said it wasn't over yet. Cupsy Yummy and Starlight Rare. Woo! Where? I need a sleeve for you. Hold on. I can't just leave you out here raw and dirty like that. Nah, we need a sleeve for you, my guy. Oh, that was beautiful. Speak it into existence and it shall appear. We got a Collector Rare and a Starlight Rare in the same box. We got a double hit. And actually, that's my first Starlight Rare. That's my very first Starlight Rare I've ever pulled on this channel. I pulled, of course, a bunch of QCRs, which is almost the same thing, but whew. That was actually probably worth some money too because it's a Yummy. Of course, the Azuna is going to be the most expensive one, but all the Yummies in Starlight are definitely going to be some money. So, hey, I might have some fodder. And then the cross sheet, which I already have a bunch of these, is that one. So that's our final pack. So there we go. That cracks open both the boxes. So, oh, and that's actually funny. That's the last Yummy. That's the last Yummy. Cookie, Lollipop, and Cupsy Yummy. That was the last Yummy. Oh my goodness. So let me re-look at this. So there's 10 Ultra. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What were the other two? I don't remember the other two. I don't know if the other two were Dragontail cards or K9s. I can't remember what the other two were supposed to be, but regardless. Oh, I think one of the yummy field spell was an Ultra, I think. So yeah, maybe, I think it was one more yummy and maybe one more K9. Because I said there should have been less Dragontail Ultras than there were out of everything else. It should have been most of them should have been a K9 and yummy. So we pulled, what was it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the 10 Ultras, with basically the most expensive one being missing. I think the field spell for the yummies is an Ultra, and there's one more that's an Ultra that I'm not thinking of. But this was not a bad pull. The first box was a little on the slower side, which isn't too bad, but the second box was the hit. Starlight Rare and Collector's Rare in one box. That is a beautiful pull. That is fantastic. So thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, if you did like this video, make sure you give us a like, a comment, and give us a subscribe. If you're new to the channel, we are still slowly trying to reach our goal to 800 subscribers before we get to 900 and then to the 1,000. A lot of future plans coming around when we get to the 1,000. I made a promise to you guys and a bunch of other stuff. More stuff is coming. I did finally order the cases for the 10, so we'll be doing case openings for the 10, and then we will also be doing our very first case opening with Doom and Dimensions. So that'll be the first actual set that I'll do a full-fledged case opening of. And then we'll be getting back into Lorcana this month when Fable drops, and I'll also be backtracking some of the Lorcana sets that I missed, along with some more Master Duel video footage that I've been kind of sitting on forever and a day, and another video that I've been kind of sitting on and being lazy about as well. So make sure you do those things. Like, comment, subscribe, check out the channel, give us your recommendations, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like, tell me which cards or what decks you plan on playing in this upcoming Yu-Gi-Oh season. Of course, we still have a bunch of new stuff coming down the pipeline, which I actually will talk a little bit more about the state of the Yu-Gi-Oh card game in a future video. But regardless, it's King Zeph, no time to explain. Until next time, I'm out. I'll see you guys later this week. Peace.